NCLEX, you've gotten a job and you hate it. You just absolutely cannot even imagine going to work every day. I can relate to this experience, okay? When I got my first job, I dreaded going to work every day. I would come to work almost an hour early so I can sit in the car and cry for 30 minutes before I went up to the unit. It was just so much stress. It was nothing like what I imagined it to be. And I think that might be a common experience with nurses. You have this expectation of how it's supposed to be, and then when you get a job, you realize it's nothing like that. And no amount of money can make up for the feeling that you have. If you're at a point where you're at your job, you dread going in, you can't eat, you can't sleep because it's just so stressful, you might be interested in this video, okay? So how to cope with it. Number one, I had to realize that when I was in that situation, the best thing for me to do was to be positive at work. Yes, I hated it, and I would go home and I would call my mom and cry and tell her how bad it was. But while I was at work, I had to maintain my professional conduct. I did not go around bad-mouthing my boss. I did not go around bad-mouthing my coworkers or saying that I'm going to be leaving or I'm out of here. Don't do that. As much as you're there, try not to be negative on the job. Second thing, keep in mind what the end goal is. I knew that I needed to get this experience and do this job so I can eventually be where I wanted to be. So focusing on what you ultimately want to do with your life in this small step will make it more digestible in terms of carrying out your day, carrying out your work functions. And write it down. Say, okay, I'm going to stick with this job for another 2 months, another 3 months, until I can find another job, until I can get some experience, until I can do X, Y, and Z, until I can save up enough money. Because what I found out, it's not nursing that you hate. You don't hate nursing. You actually like the patients. I actually like the patients. I liked interacting with them. What I did not like was the environment that I was working in. Okay? So that's number 3. Step number 3 is to change environments. Okay? Because there's so many things you can do with nursing. And I changed my environment because I felt like my license was in danger. And I felt like if I continued to be put in certain situations, in which I was, in dangerous situations as a new nurse, my license could be in jeopardy. And I worked too hard for my license in order for me just to lose it. So I changed my environment. Fourth thing I had to do was keep in mind that it's called work for a reason. It's going to be hard no matter where I went. So I went to another job. It was still difficult. It wasn't as difficult, but it was tough. And nursing school tries to do a good job simulating the real world, but it is not close at all to when the responsibility falls solely on you. Okay? So understand that there's going to be challenges at every job that you work with. But I ultimately found that it's not nursing that you hate. It really could be the environment. It could be the people, your colleagues, your coworkers. All those things play into what a happy nurse looks like. Understand you got to be positive at work, even if you're unhappy. You have to be positive. That's like so important. Is you keep a positive attitude. Don't let your patients see that you're down. You know, goodness sake, they don't want to be there either. They really don't want to be there. They're not getting paid to be there, but you are. So keep positive with them, okay? Focus on your goals. Change your environment if necessary. And also understand that every workplace will have its challenges. You have been in a situation or in a situation now and you want to leave a comment for other nursing students to help them to transition or whatever you're doing to adjust, feel free to do that in the comments box, okay, below. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.